afternoon, Thibodeau. We now take you live to the scene where the remains of two victims killed nearly 10 years ago have been found. The Thibodeau Crime Lab investigators are now discovering the bones. They will now take the findings back to their lab where they will determine if the two victims are male or female.
Good evening, and welcome to the lab, or as we like to call it, the Bone Zone. I'm here with our interns, and we're going to be identifying the remains of the bodies that we found on Nickel, I don't know where it was at, Nickel State, outside the library. And we're going to be checking out the differences to try to see if they are male or female. Come with me. So we're here with our first two interns, and we're going to find out what they've got for us.
Right now we're analyzing the skull that we found in front of Nichols. And something that we found is the supraorbital margin. Women have a sharper ridge and males a slightly blunter surface to them. Our second thing that we found is the superciliary arch is more prominent with slightly ridges, and in females they don't have really any ridges at all. And then if we look at the temporal lines, the part of the skull where the muscle attaches often has more pronounced ridges in males than females. So by the looks of it right now, we have a male. And to continue, this skull has a squarish mental protuberance, which is found in men. Another thing we found is the less obtuse mandibular angle. So by the looks of it, we have a male.
So this is another one of our interns, and she's been examining the bones of the feet that we found. So let's see what she's got for us.
Judging by the size of the calcaneus and the talus, this would be a male foot, and the calcaneus and talus would make this a female foot. You can tell which one of these is male or female by the bulkier and sturdier bones of the male foot.
So these are our last two interns, and they're examining the pelvic regions of the remains that we found.
We were lucky enough to have discovered the pelvis of both sets of remains, and the pelvis, as a general rule, is your best determinant of gender in skeletal remains. In this pelvis, we have a narrower, more vertical ilium, a narrower, greater sciatic notch, a triangular body of pubis, a large oval obturator foramen, and a narrower subpubic angle. All of these things point to us having a male pelvis.
In my hand is a female pelvis, and you can determine that it's female by a wider and more flared ilium, wider, greater sciatic notch, rectangular body pubis, triangular obturator foramen, and a wider subpubic angle.
So in the bone zone, we determined that the remains were male and female due to the masculine features of the skull, the difference in the size of the feet that were recovered, and the difference of the subpubic angle.